You talked a little bit about your alpha and shimming.
Shimming the back, right.
If you're hypercritical, which you are, and that's an optimal result for a tech camera and a high resolution back.
Right.
If you have a medium format back, you have that functionality, you can take advantage of it. Digital SLRs, however, don't have that ability. And one of the things that you can do, at least with some of the recent high-end digital SLRs, allow you to actually set a custom function per lens to adjust for front or back focus errors in the automatic focus.
Right. And can I just interject here real briefly? A product manager for one of the major companies explained this to me. And because people are always complaining on the forums, this lens front focuses, this lens back focuses, someone says, no, it doesn't. What's going on is the cameras and the alignment of the sensor in the camera and the flange distance of the focusing mount, and then each lens are all built to certain tolerances. They're not perfect, they're not exact.
We couldn't afford them if they were perfect.
If you have a NASA budget, you can, but so what this means, and let's make arbitrary numbers. Let's say every camera will pass and every lens will pass quality control if it's within the range of +3 to -3. Those are just arbitrary numbers. Units. Now, if you have a camera that's a -2 and a lens that's a +2,
they cancel out.
They cancel out and you have perfect focus. But if you're unlucky and you have a camera that's a -3 and a lens that's a -2 or 3, you now have a -5 or 6, and that's out of spec, because the spec is only -3. So that's why they have to build in this capability. The lower end cameras don't have it because typically the user of a lower end camera isn't as critical.
Yeah.
But you know, a high-end Canon, high-end Nikon, a Sony, one of the Olympus models, I mean, they have this. Pentax 645 has it.
So here's an example. In this particular shot, I was literally trying to focus on the eyes, and it back focused. So this is what it should have done. So I used a tool called LensAlign and set it up in the studio, just a simple kind of shooting setup, to figure out, literally, the autofocus was supposed to focus on this, and then I did a shot, and I was able to determine basically how much of a front focus I had.
Because 0 is in alignment with that surface.
Yeah. So then what I had to do is figure out what that distance was. Then here is the result of the corrected. This is how it should have focused. And you can see, I mean, that's a big difference.
Huge.
So this was the setup, just a simple setup. I actually had my camera, my Canon camera set up on my CR back.
Right.
So you don't need to do it. The thing that you do need to do is to be pretty precise in terms of the positioning.
There's a review of this, by the way, on Lula.
Yeah. So then going into the custom function for autofocus, +or -3, I wish. This was actually, I believe, if I remember, I had to move it backwards 14. So then, here's a close-up of the front focus, and then this is the result when you get it in focus.
And I should just add, again, for clarity, you're not adjusting the lens or the sensor position. You're fooling the autofocus.
Yeah, you're actually calibrating the autofocus.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the lens and the body are stuck together and you're not moving that. Unlike what you can do with the Alpha, where you literally shim the back, correct?
Exactly.
Not the lens.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and this is a critical component to image quality, because if you ain't got a sharp image to start with, all the futzing around in Photoshop and Lightroom and Camera Raw really ain't going to help you.
Yep. Worth mentioning. Yep.